How's it going, everyone? This is Jason Navarro. You're listening to Tongues Out Podcast, and let's just jump right into today's subject. But actually, before we get started on that, 3 talking points I want to talk about. First, today marks the 90th consecutive episode that we've done on Tongues Out Podcast, and it is so crazy to think about that achievement. Honestly, I would have never thought I would have held consistent on something like this, and I'm just super proud of myself. I mean, sometimes it's great to pat yourself on the back, but honestly, when I first got into podcasting, I signed up for a Facebook group with a whole bunch of podcasters in there, and one of my first questions I ever asked was, is it normal for people to do daily podcasts? Because it was an idea of mine early on to do a daily podcast, and like half the people were like, hey, go for it. Like, if that's what you want to do it. It's going to be pretty challenging. And then the other half was like, good luck, honestly, because you're going to brain drain yourself. And we would definitely recommend you do 2 to 3. And either answers or response I got from people, I don't think really would have swayed me away from doing them. And unless someone gave me a pretty concrete reason as to why I shouldn't, like logistically wise or analytically wise, and no one came up with something like that. So I was like, let's go for it. Let's do daily podcasts. And over the course of the 90 days, this podcast has changed tremendously. And there are things that I started off doing that I still do to this day, and some things that I try to introduce, especially in the second month, that I went ahead and got away from it. And it's because I'm not a very structured individual. I'm not a person that really enjoys developing a structured lifestyle. I'm a very fluid person. And so like my second month, I tried to do a structure where I was doing one subject over the course of a week, just talking about that one thing and having different highlights of that subject, and then having a guest on at the end of the week. And I enjoyed having the guest on, and my goal is to eventually kind of sporadically have guests here and there, maybe even do it for the live podcast every Sunday. But I just didn't enjoy feeling fixated on talking about one specific thing. I really do enjoy just coming in, hitting record, and just being able to just talk about whatever's on my mind for that given day. And so I went from that system, came to this, and that's going to segue into the second part of the announcements, which is that I initially said that I wanted to do 2 things, only 2 really structured things. One was a Fun Fact Friday and a Sunday Fun Day. And so Sunday Fun Day, I think I eliminated. I didn't really announce that, but and I think everyone else is really going to enjoy more doing and being a part of the live podcast on Sundays. And so that's what that's going to be now. And so on Sundays, I'm doing live podcasting. I'm super excited about to see where that's going. And my goal is to try to do more of those per week, maybe 2 or 3. But right now, I'm just going to try to stay consistent with doing a live podcast every single Sunday. And we'll see where it goes from there. But the goal is definitely to try to do more. And then talking about the Fun Fact Friday, that's gone. So again, I just don't enjoy the structure. And if the last 2 weeks has shown me anything, or the last 3 weeks has shown me anything, is that for my Fridays, having to sit and think about one thing that's going to be fun to talk about, to share with everyone, really is going to eliminate some of the things I might want to talk about on a Friday. Like last week, I couldn't do it. Chadwick Boseman passed away, and it really hit me pretty hard, and I didn't want to use that day to not talk about and give him a tribute about how wonderful of a person he was, and how his movies meant a lot to me. And then the week prior to that had nothing to do to that level, but having a personal experience with being let down with a cell phone that I was super excited to get, and it just not living up to the capabilities that it was supposed to have for me, or how I developed this mindset for it. It's supposed to be the most powerful Android device, costing well over $1,300. And it was definitely a great quality device, and I enjoyed having it and using it. But I really primarily got it for like on the go, just being able to take great quality videos and pictures, while also having a functional professional device. And the functional professional side of it was phenomenal. It's like the best phone for that. But the camera was just a complete letdown for me. And so I returned that phone and justified myself getting this camera that I'm using now, the Sony ZV-1, which is kind of an inbred between a point and shoot camera and a mirrorless camera. And so I was able to get this camera, and I've been super happy about it. It's able to record in 4K, and it has the most amazing autofocus features that I can use in the future. I can get really creative with this camera. And because of this camera, now that's going to segue into the third part. Now I could do YouTube videos, which is just awesome, and be proud of the type of YouTube videos that I have. So it's not just a camera. It's also this device that has been kind of finicky for me actually recently, but I think it was because I was doing something in settings that really affected it. But the Cam Link plus my camera allowed me to create the type of quality that I want to see out of a YouTube video. And so, because before that, the quality was all right, but it just wasn't there. But now having those things there, I can have this amazing platform where not only can you listen to me now on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcasts, your Amazon Echo, your Google Homes, you can also listen to me on YouTube, which is just great, and Twitch on Sunday live streams. And again, I'm trying to do more than one of those a week now, in the future. Sorry. And it's just crazy to think that that's all because of just all of you guys. And so lastly, that's the last thing I want to talk about. I just want to give a big shout out to everyone that has become a subscriber on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for doing that. Yesterday, I reached out to people, friends of mine, just in general. I didn't really target anyone specifically. I was just like, hey, if anyone's able to subscribe to my YouTube channel, that would be super amazing. I'm trying to hit 100 subscribers so I can get a custom URL for my YouTube channel. Ideally, I want it to be youtube.com/tongues out podcast. So you can just come straight to me, and it just makes it easier for me to market myself. Everything else I've been able to kind of get that URL for, but YouTube has its requirements, and it's understandable as well why they would do that. And so my goal is for the month of September is to try to hit 100. But in the last day, already 33 of you guys have become a subscriber, which is just, I just again want to say thank you guys so much. I love you guys. And it means a lot to me to see that. And so lastly, what are these? These are those blue light glasses, by the way. Someone's going to comment on it. This is like the last time, or the one and only time I'm going to look like this. One of the benefits to the pandemic is that I don't have to dress up as nicely as I normally would be on a given day if I were to leave the house. And so I'm all right with just putting on a hat, throwing on whatever shirt, and just being in shorts, which, by the way, I am still wearing shorts with this hat on. I just love shorts. And so I'd rather be dressed casually, super casually. And I don't know why today I just wanted to be dressed up, but it's just one of those days I just wanted to be. But the blue light glasses, you're probably going to see me wearing them more often. At first, I thought it wasn't going to really work out, but I really do enjoy just how much it's helping me with just not getting dry-eyed. And I love wearing them all the time now. And looking at the footage, it doesn't really look like it's impacting the quality too much, especially now that I have that Cam Link. If you guys disagree, by all means, please let me know. I don't mind taking them off for like the 15 to an hour that I'm going to be doing this for. But I do enjoy just the ability to kind of, because I do a lot of work on my phone, on computers, and then coming to do this, I don't want my eyes to be strained, because I think it's one of the causes for why I have this dye that's slowly disappearing. And it's been so annoying to have to deal with that for the last 3 weeks. And probably one of the last things I want to talk about. So the pandemic has afforded me the ability to do this podcast, get it started, and watch it grow to the way it is. But and I empathize with people that are struggling right now because of the pandemic. And unfortunately, as we get further into the year, we're seeing more and more people impacted by it, losing their jobs. Now they're possibly losing their residence. And it sucks. And it's a realization that's impacting thousands of people in America. And it's unfortunate. And I don't know if there's anything I could ever do to really empathize to those people and let them know how much I do care. But I will say for myself, I would be lying to you guys if I told you that it hasn't been a huge blessing. I'm not religious, but I just want to use that word. A blessing for me and my family. I get to spend all the time now watching my daughter and just seeing her grow up and not missing any moment. And now, because of the pandemic, I will never go back to a job where I'm reporting to a location or whatever it is. Now I have a career that affords me the ability to just work whenever I want to work and make money whenever I want to make money. And I enjoy that. Now I can just be with my daughter anywhere, still make money, and enjoy the time with her and watch her grow. And I never want to miss out on any moment. I haven't, but I'm never going to have an excuse anymore for that. My wife, luckily, she's been working from home for the last year and a half, 2 years. So she's been very fortunate because of this pandemic. Or not because of the pandemic, but not having to be in a position where she's afraid of losing her job, because she's a very essential worker, interpreting for a lot of different businesses right now. And a lot of people are struggling, a lot of people in healthcare and insurance and things of that nature. But talking about my daughter, I get really emotional watching her hit so many milestones, like all the time. My daughter hits, like it just reminds me every single time just how fast my daughter's growing up. And she's about to hit 9 months on the 16th of September. And I still remember picking her up when she was born and just looking at her and just her 5 pounds and 4 ounces and just looking at how tiny she is. And now she's almost 17 pounds and she's just the most adorable baby ever. And her current milestone is that she can't push herself up to sit just yet. She's almost there, but she's not there yet. But if I sit her down, she'll sit down on her own and hold herself up almost until she gets super frustrated and wants to start moving around, which I couldn't blame her. Who wants to sit down for hours just in one spot? And so, but what I do now is to kind of train her to sit and maintain her balance. And to see if she can, what I'll do now is we have different baskets full of toys of hers. And what I'll do now is I'll put a basket in front of her and she'll start grabbing the toys that she wants and start playing with them. And today she was doing it, and me and my wife were eating. And I was about to get emotional, and just watching her just sit there and no effort whatsoever. Just like if I were to sit down and just start playing with toys, and she's able to do that now. And it's just, she's grown up too fast. But anyways, in the moment of getting emotional, luckily either my wife or I are always recording or taking pictures of our daughter. Always. We don't want to miss moments. And I honestly don't know how. I'm so glad I have a phone that has so much space on it, and plenty of external hard drives and ways to save storage and digital drives as well, because they are all being backed up right now with photos and photos and photos and photos and videos of my daughter. And she hasn't even hit a year old yet. So I don't even know. I'm going to have to build a server eventually to just maintain all of this data, or get down and start compressing all this content. But my wife luckily was recording, because I was sitting in front of my daughter and she was sitting there just playing with toys. And then she occasionally look up to me, and she'll smile and have a big smile. And I love her smile, but she had a smile, and all of a sudden she squinted at me and then ripped the biggest fart I've ever heard my daughter ever make. And my house is literally, it's all for my daughter. And so if you look at our bedroom, half of the bedroom is just this massive play area. It's like a 6x6 play area where essentially a whole family plus my daughter can get in there, lay down and play with her. And I do that because I want a spot where I feel comfortable that if she makes a mess, I don't have to stress out about cleaning up her mess. She can spill. It's a super high quality playmat. She falls, she's not going to hurt herself. It's a really nice playmat. And so when she farted, you could even hear the noise off of the playmat. It was the funniest thing. And my wife got the perfect like the perfect footage of just like everything. Like I said, she was like playing with her toy. She looked at me, squinted, and then just farted. And it was the funniest thing to watch. I don't know. My wife's going to be like, why did you bring this up in your podcast? And honestly, it was the funniest thing to see. And so I had to tell everyone about that. But Luna, stop. I love you growing up, but at the same time, it is so hard to know that you're just getting bigger and bigger, and eventually you're going to lose your cute little cheeks. And I love you so much, baby girl. I really do. Another great thing today, great and saddening at the same time, is a series that I enjoy on Amazon. Just by the way, I have some like possible news to announce with Amazon. I can't talk about it just yet, but that's kind of exciting. I don't know. That's all I can really say, but you could do your own research and probably get where I'm going with that. But anyways, on Amazon Prime Video, I have a guilty pleasure, which is The Boys. It's a series on there. It's about superheroes that are. It's about like what life would probably be like if superheroes existed in our world. Like if you gave the average person superpowers, they probably would be very toxic with those powers. They would be very abusive of the abilities that they had. And it shows a lot of corporatism and like the marketing for superheroes. And it's just to me, it just hits every check mark for me. Humor, action, everything for me. And so I've enjoyed it. And season 1 came out last year, and I've been waiting for season 2. I haven't been following the news whatsoever. So today, I didn't even know when specifically the day was that it was going to be coming out. I just knew it was sometime in September. But it came out today, and I got super excited. I was like, Catherine, my wife, I was like, I'm sorry, but I'm going to be useless today. I always binge watch. I don't know why I binge watch. It's the worst thing to do. But I started binge watching The Boys season 2. It's been great. But I did not realize, and this is the worst part too. I didn't know because Amazon, I watched 3 episodes. So I watched episodes 1, 2, and 3 of season 2. And then it will tell you like the next video that's coming up in the list at the very end when you're done watching an episode. And I noticed that it was like not episode 4. It was like the behind the scenes making of The Boys. And I was like, wait, what's going on? I was like, Amazon, maybe I thought it was glitch or something of that nature. So I went into the list, and lo and behold, there's only 3 episodes that they released today. And so they're doing the structure like how The Mandalorian did with Disney Plus, where they're doing them weekly. And it is so frustrating. I cannot stand. I understand why they do that, but at the same time, it is so frustrating when you have a favorite series and you cannot binge watch your favorite series. And I just want to get it out of the way. I just want to spend one day, watch it, and then I can focus back on doing whatever I want to do. And I can't do that. And now I have to sit here thinking about what's episode 4 going to be like. And so now they're doing the structure where they release the 3 today, and then every Friday they're going to be releasing another episode until episode 10, which is the 7th of October, will be the last one for season 2. And it is so frustrating. But on that note, just wanted to share all that with you guys. Just a majority of this was just really updates. Talking about these, I guess, again, these are the blue light glasses. They're awesome. I enjoy them. Recommend everyone that's in front of devices to get a pair of these, or at least turn on the blue light filter on your devices. Blue light is very damaging, or not, excuse me. So, it's hypothesized that blue light is not only damaging to your eyes, not damaging, but it can really cause like a dryness and things of that nature, but it could potentially cause dryness of the skin, which actually the last note I want to talk about, I had a spot on my hand where I had eczema on the top of my hand from washing my hands all the time. I wash my hands literally all the time. And I would lie to you if I told you that I was applying lotion, but it was not that bad. It was like a small spot, but it was so irritating. And I bought multiple different eczema creams. I went to a dermatologist like a few months back. They prescribed something that I didn't eventually use because I just didn't want to use prescription on myself. and I tried different things. They would kind of help, but they didn't do anything. I recently followed a dermatologist on YouTube. Her name's Dr. Gray, and I watched her routine, and I have been so happy. I don't have it anymore. It's gone. It's completely gone. And I'm not using any product. I'm just using, it's just the way I changed just my habits of just like bathing and applying lotion all the time and moisturizers. And so I just want to give a big shout out to her and her content. She's a actual dermatologist that has her own YouTube channel. And her products that she talks about are not expensive products. If anything, she tells her people that you could buy a majority of these things from Walmart that you could take care of. But she does do certain reviews of higher end stuff. Sometimes she has people that ask her to do that. But I followed her AM and PM video that she came out with a few months back. And it's great. Honestly, all the products that she recommended, that's all I use. And it really changed everything for me. So definitely thank you to her. And so I've been really focused more on like taking care of my health. So if you guys start to see weird things, just know that that's probably the reason why. It's like, this guy's just thinking about how old he's getting and how he doesn't want to get older. But on that note, again, thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you to everyone that subscribed the last couple days to my YouTube channel. I love you guys again so much. I'm already a third of the way to 100 subscribers, and it's because of you guys. Again, hopefully those announcements don't really affect you guys, but I'm super excited about where the direction this podcast is really going. And until then, if you guys ever want to reach out to me personally, you can reach out to me on my social media account that I don't use enough of. Please, I would love for you guys to hold me accountable and just be like, hey, Jason, where's your Instagram post? I need to get better about it. I've been really bad. That's the last bit of this endeavor with my podcast I need to do. It's my blog and my social media. But so you can either reach me on Instagram, and I will see those messages and I'll respond to them, or you can email me directly at jason@tonguesoutpodcast.com. And eventually, when I do get a blog out, you guys will always be able to go to that website too, which will just be tonguesoutpodcast.com, and just be able to, see written out content and be able to reach me directly there too. It's nothing yet. I wouldn't even go to the website. It is up, but it's not where I want it to be. Outside of that though, thank you guys so much for being a part of this, and I will catch you guys mañana. Peace.